Verona, and I recently became a follower of Christ back in May of 2014. I'm not going to tell you what my real age is, but it's over 50 and under 60. And I've always thought, you know, only people worthy to serve God is if you come in, young, or I just never imagined that I would get it at the age that I'm at. Wow, where do I start? It was I think I was at the lowest point in my life. I had recently been in recovery, so basically I was a recovering alcoholic. And back in February of I believe it was 2012, I got into a truck accident. The truck flipped over like 3 times, from what I was told, and spent the night in jail, which was not fun. I don't know. I guess things just started, piling up, and I started drinking again. And I remember being at a neighbor's house, and it was a pastor, and I think he had 2 more other members with them, and they were coming around saying that they were opening this, launching this new church around the corner from us. And so, of course, we're sitting up there with a couple of beers, and we promised we'd come. I knew when I promised I was going to come, I was not going to show up here. He came around again. Every time he would tell me his name, I would forget it as soon as he walked. But my mom had this thing about Easter, that no matter what you're doing, what's going on in your life, you stop and you go to church Easter. And before I had came up here, I had had me a couple of shots of E&J. So I was pretty blessed when I came into church. And I noticed that people were very friendly. Wouldn't drink for a whole week. And I wouldn't take Danny to church that Sunday. He made me promise I would take him that next week. And I'm looking at this kid, and this kid is so happy to be here. I don't remember what happened, but I stayed sober for 2 whole weeks. And something happens, and I start back drinking again. And I showed up at the church, and I came into his office, and I reintroduced myself, and I said, "Do you remember me from Easter?" And he was like, "Yes." I said, "I was pretty loaded when I came up in here." And he said, "Yeah, I know." And I was thought about, wow, if he noticed and smelled it, the other members did too, except for, they didn't call me on it, they just accept me for who I was, drunk in church on Sunday morning, Sunday Easter. He started asking me questions about, my faith, and how did I get to the point to where I got to. But it was something different about sitting in his office talking to him, and me and him read, some scriptures about, salvation, and being saved, and things like that. And we prayed before I left. I could see something amazingly happen that day. About a Sunday or 2 later, he asked me, did I want to get baptized? I was like, yeah, I can do that. The water was cold, but I had such a warm feeling in my heart when I stepped out of that little pool, and then I started attending Bible study regularly. In the program Alcoholics Anonymous, it teaches you about having a higher power. I walked around with a higher power for 14 years and had no clue who this higher power was. Just using the word. Mm-hmm. But I'm really starting to learn who Jesus really is. I remember the day that it kind of dawned on me who Jesus really is. And I was like, Jesus is my best friend. That's it. I'm going on Facebook and I'm befriending the devil because Jesus is my best friend. And I kept thinking about it and thinking about it. I said, well, if you got a best friend, usually you want to know who your best friend is. And every Sunday, I come into Bible study and I learn who Jesus is from the friends that are in the Bible study. My name is Verona Donald, and I am a daughter of